There are moments in life when someone walks into your world quietly, and yet everything inside you shifts without warning. You can't explain it fully. It's not dramatic or loud, but you start to feel something in the way he looks at you, listens to you, or shows up at the right moment without ever being asked. He may never say the words directly, but something about his presence feels different. Softer, warmer, more intentional. Love rarely announces itself. Attraction rarely arrives with clarity. Most of the time, it hides in gestures, reactions, and small behaviors we overlook. Men especially don't express feelings the way women do. They guard their emotions, fear vulnerability, and choose actions over words. And yet, their true feelings still find a way to leak out, quietly, gently. Sometimes in the way he remembers things you forgot you even mentioned. Sometimes in the way he stands a little closer than usual. Sometimes in the way he tries not to stare, but does anyway. These subtle signals reveal something deeper. A man who likes you, admires you, and cares for you, even if is not ready to confess it. Not because he doesn't want you, but because he's unsure if you feel the same. So instead of risking rejection, he lets his actions speak in place of his heart. Psychologists explain that attraction shows up strongest in subconscious behavior. The feelings he hides verbally become obvious through how he looks at you, how he listens to you, how he reacts to you, how he protects you, how he plans with you in mind. You begin to notice a pattern he probably doesn't even notice himself. He responds differently to you. He acts differently around you. He cares differently for you. And these differences matter. A man who doesn't care will never change the way he behaves for someone. But a man who secretly likes you, his brain shifts into a different mode. He becomes more attentive, more thoughtful, more aware of your presence. He notices your mood, your silence, your excitement, and your energy. He tries to make you laugh, tries to impress you without showing off, tries to create moments that keep him close to you without crossing boundaries. He gives little clues, tiny breadcrumbs of interest, hoping you'll notice, hoping you'll understand what he's too afraid to say, hoping you'll feel something too. This video reveals those clues. The soft behaviors, the emotional reactions, the psychological signs that show he likes you far more than he's ready to admit. These 15 signs are not fantasies. They are real, research-backed signals of genuine emotional attraction. And once you begin to notice them, you'll understand exactly what's happening beneath the surface. So pay close attention, because sometimes the love you're searching for is already standing right in front of you. Not in words, but in quiet, beautiful actions. 1. He remembers the smallest details about you. When a man truly likes you more than is willing to admit, it shows in the way he pays attention, not to the big, obvious things, but to the tiny details most people never notice. This is because genuine interest sharpens focus. His mind becomes more alert around you, more curious, more aware. Even when he tries to act casual, his attention betrays him. He remembers the way you take your coffee, the date of your presentation, the song you mentioned in passing, or the childhood story you shared once and never brought up again. These aren't things he writes down or consciously memorizes. They stay with him because you matter to him on a deeper level. Your words don't just enter his ears, they stay in his heart. Psychology says that when someone is emotionally invested, their brain prioritizes information connected to that person. This means even your smallest habits, preferences, fears, or routines naturally become important to him. He might say something like, "Didn't you say you like this flavor? Your exam is tomorrow, right? That show you mentioned. I started watching it." The beauty is, he doesn't do this to impress you. He does it unconsciously. His attention reveals the truth he's not ready to speak. This also shows he listens when you talk, not waiting for his turn, not distracted, not half-present. He listens because your voice has weight in his world. Even things you forget about yourself, he remembers. It's one of the strongest signs of emotional attraction. When a man holds onto your words like they mean something, because to him, they do. 2. He maintains longer than normal eye contact. When a man likes you more than he's willing to admit, one of the clearest signs appears in his eyes. Eye contact becomes deeper, longer, and more meaningful than normal. It's not just a look, it's a moment where his guard drops and his real feelings slip through. Most people break eye contact within a second or two. It's natural. It keeps conversations comfortable and casual. But when he likes you, he holds your gaze just a little longer, sometimes without realizing it. Why? Because his eyes are drawn to you. Psychology explains that prolonged eye contact releases oxytocin, the bonding hormone. So even if he tries to stay calm, his eyes betray him. They search for yours. They linger. They soften. They tell a truth his mouth isn't ready to speak. You might notice things like his eyes light up when you enter the room. He looks at you, looks away quickly, then looks back again. He holds eye contact during conversations longer than he does with anyone else. His expression changes when your eyes meet, softer, warmer, almost shy. When a man likes you deeply, eye contact becomes his unspoken language. Sometimes he stares when he thinks you're not looking and gets flustered when you catch him. Other times, the moment your eyes lock, he freezes for half a second, like time paused just long enough for his feelings to surface. Longer than normal eye contact is his way of silently saying, "I see you. I'm drawn to you. I feel safe with you. I want you to know I'm here." Even if he hides his feelings with his words, his eyes will never lie. They reveal the affection he's trying so hard to control. 3. He tries to make you laugh more than others. When a man likes you more than is ready to admit, one of the first things he tries, often without even thinking, is to make you laugh. Not just smile politely, not just giggle at something mildly funny, but laugh in a way that feels real, warm, and unguarded. Because to him, your laughter isn't just a sound, it's a reward. Psychology says people naturally seek positive reactions from those they are emotionally drawn to. So if he tries harder with you than with anyone else, it's because your happiness matters to him on a deeper, personal level. You'll notice he puts in extra effort. He cracks inside jokes only you two understand. He watches your reaction after he says something funny, not the group's. He uses humor to break tension when you seem sad or stressed. He adjusts his jokes to your sense of humor, not his. He gets visibly happy when you laugh, like he just won something. He might tease you gently, mimic your expressions playfully, or tell small stories in a dramatic way just to hear you laugh. It's his way of saying, "I care about how you feel," without actually saying it. Laughter also creates connection. When you laugh with someone, your nervous system relaxes around them. Your guard comes down, and that moment of comfort is something he treasures, even if he pretends not to. Sometimes he tries too hard. Sometimes he gets nervous and says something silly. Sometimes he laughs at his own jokes because he hopes you'll join in. But underneath it all, his effort is sincere. He wants to be the reason you smile. He wants to be the person who can brighten your day. He wants to leave a warm memory behind every time you talk. Because when a man likes you, your laughter becomes his favorite form of attention, the one he works hardest to earn. 4. He quickly notices your mood changes. When a man likes you more than is willing to admit, he becomes unusually tuned into your emotional state. Even the slightest shift in your tone, expression, or energy catches his attention instantly, sometimes before you even realize you've changed. This happens because emotional attraction heightens awareness. His brain becomes trained to read you, almost automatically. He notices the way your smile fades half an inch. He hears the difference in your "I'm fine." He sees when your shoulders drop just a little. He senses when your energy feels heavier than usual. Psychology explains this as hyperattunement, a subconscious behavior where someone becomes more observant of a person they deeply care about. He pays attention not because he's trying to impress you, but because your feelings matter to him in a quiet, personal way. You'll see it in moments like, he asks, "Are you okay?" the second something feels off. He notices when you're quieter than normal. He responds differently when you're stressed, more patient, softer, calmer. He changes his tone or behavior to match the emotional space you're in. He tries to fix things, even if it's something small. Even if he's not expressive, even if he acts cool, he can't hide the way his eyes search your face when something shifts. That tiny moment of worry, that pause before he speaks, that softness in his voice. Those are all signs of emotional investment. A man who doesn't care stays clueless. A man who cares notices immediately. A man who likes you deeply feels your mood like it affects him too. He doesn't just hear you, he feels you. He doesn't wait for you to explain, he senses it first. He doesn't ignore your changes, he adjusts himself to them. This level of awareness isn't accidental. It's one of the clearest signs his heart is already involved, even if he hasn't said it yet. 5. He finds excuses to be near you. When a man likes you more than is willing to admit, his actions start revealing a truth his words are still hiding. One of the strongest signs is how often he tries to be physically near you, not in an obvious or pushy way, but in soft, subtle, carefully timed moments. He may not confess what he feels, but his presence keeps giving him away. He'll suddenly appear in the same room, walk beside you without thinking, or join conversations just because you're part of them. These aren't coincidences. They are small, deliberate choices. Psychology calls this proximity seeking, a natural behavior where someone wants to stay close to the person they feel emotionally connected to. You'll notice patterns. He chooses the seat next to you even when there are many others available. He just happens to take the same route as you when leaving. He offers to help you with small things, carrying something, fixing something, checking something, simply because it gives him a reason to stand near you. He lingers. He doesn't rush to leave. He takes an extra second or two before walking away. He shows up where you're more often than makes logical sense. He doesn't do this with everyone. That's the difference. Around you, he becomes more present, more involved, more available, more physically close. Even if he acts casual, even if he jokes or pretends it's nothing, he keeps showing up in your space because being near you brings him comfort, excitement, and warmth at the same time. It's not about touching. It's about presence. It's not about flirting. It's about feeling connected. It's not about chance. It's about choice. When a man quietly positions himself near you again and again, it's because being close to you feels right to him, even if he hasn't found the courage to say why. 6. He gets nervous or fidgety around you. When a man likes you more than is willing to admit, his body often reveals what his words are trying so hard to hide. One of the clearest signs is the sudden nervousness he feels in your presence, a mix of excitement, attraction, and fear of messing things up. Even confident men get this way around someone they genuinely care about. Psychology calls this autonomic arousal. The nervous system reacts because your presence triggers emotional intensity. He may try to appear calm, but his body betrays him in small, telling ways. You might notice. He fidgets with his hands, clothes, or phone. He plays with his hair or adjusts his posture repeatedly. His breathing changes slightly when you're near. He stumbles over his words or laughs at the wrong time. He avoids eye contact for a second, then looks back quickly. His voice becomes softer, shakier, or unexpectedly deeper. It's not that he's scared of you. He's scared of his feelings for you. He wants to make a good impression. He doesn't want to say something wrong. He doesn't want you to see how much you affect him. Even the most composed men get awkward around the woman they like. Their brain works overtime. Do I look okay? Did I say that right? Am I being too obvious? Does she notice I'm nervous? This mental overload makes them act differently, twitching, smiling too much, standing straighter, or suddenly becoming quiet. His nervousness isn't random. It's emotional tension mixed with admiration. And the sweetest part? He's not nervous around everyone. Just you. Because you matter. Because he feels something real. Because your presence shakes up the part of him he can't control. His nerves are not a weakness. They're a silent confession. A quiet way of saying, you affect me more than you know. 7. He initiates conversations frequently. When a man likes you more than is ready to admit, he doesn't wait for moments. He creates them. One of the strongest signs of hidden attraction is how often he initiates conversations with you, even when there's no real reason to. He reaches out because talking to you isn't a task. It's something he genuinely looks forward to. Psychology calls this communication seeking, a natural behavior where someone tries to maintain emotional closeness with the person they care about. He starts conversations not to pass time, but to feel connected to you, even if the topic is small or random. You'll notice he messages you first more often than not. He finds reasons to talk, questions, comments, jokes, updates, anything. He keeps the conversation going even when it could have ended. He responds quickly, almost eagerly, especially to you. He opens new topics whenever the chat gets quiet. He checks in on your day, your feelings, your plans, casually, but consistently. Most importantly, he initiates conversations even when there's no benefit for him. No favor, no information, no practical reason, just you. He might text you something small like, "Did you see that meme? I remembered you said you liked this. Guess what happened today?" Or "How was your day?" These little openings aren't random. They are doorways he creates to stay connected. Even if he pretends he's just being friendly, his consistency exposes the truth. You're on his mind more often than he wants to admit. A man who isn't interested stays silent. A man who's unsure waits for you to reach out. But a man who secretly likes you, he keeps showing up in your notifications, your conversations, in your day, again and again. His words may start casually, but the intention behind them is anything but casual. Every message is a quiet reminder. I want to be part of your life. 8. He mirrors your body language naturally. When a man likes you more than is willing to admit, his body begins to respond to you in ways he doesn't consciously control. One of the clearest signs of this hidden attraction is natural mirroring. When he subconsciously copies your movements, your posture, your gestures, even your tone of voice. This isn't something he plans or practices. It's something his emotions do for him. Psychology calls this the chameleon effect, a phenomenon where people automatically mirror the behavior of someone they feel connected to. Mirroring builds trust, creates comfort, and deepens emotional closeness. So if he mirrors you, it means he's attuned to you on a deeper, almost instinctive level. You might notice subtle things like, you cross your legs, and a few seconds later, so does he. You lean in, and he mirrors your angle. You speak softly, and his voice naturally lowers too. You laugh a certain way, and he unconsciously matches your energy. You touch your face, fix your hair, or adjust your clothes, and he does the same shortly after. These small reflections are powerful indicators of emotional alignment. He's not mimicking you. He's syncing with you. It's his body saying, "I'm connected to you," without him even realizing it. Mirroring also shows comfort. He feels relaxed around you, enough for his natural instincts to emerge. And because he likes you, he tries to match your vibe, your pace, and your energy. This creates harmony between you, something he deeply craves but may not know how to express with words. The sweetest part, he won't mirror other people the same way. It's effortless with you because feelings make him more sensitive to everything you do. Mirroring is not just behavior, it's emotional chemistry. A silent, physical confession, a natural way of saying, "I feel close to you," even if I haven't said it out loud yet. 9. He gives you his full attention. When a man likes you more than he's ready to admit, his attention becomes different, deeper, sharper, and more intentional. He listens to you in a way he doesn't listen to anyone else. Not because he's trying to impress you, but because your presence naturally pulls his focus toward you. Most people multitask when they talk. They glance at their phones, get distracted by noise, or drift in and out of the conversation. But not him. Not with you. When you speak, he is fully present. His eyes stay on you, his body faces you, and his responses show he's actually absorbing your words. This type of attention is rare. It only happens when someone genuinely cares. You'll notice, he puts his phone away when you're talking. He listens without interrupting. He remembers things you said weeks ago. He asks follow-up questions that show he was paying attention. He notices your tone, your choice of words, your expressions. He reacts thoughtfully, not casually. This level of focus reveals emotional investment. Psychology calls this selective attention, when one person becomes more important to the brain than the surrounding environment. It means your voice stands out to him, your emotions matter to him, and your presence makes everything else fade slightly into the background. Even in group settings, his attention drifts toward you. He listens more closely to your stories. He laughs harder at your jokes. He reacts more when you speak. He tracks your movements without realizing it. And when you're talking about something important, he becomes even more attentive, leaning in, softening his voice, giving you space to open up. His full attention is not an accident. It's attraction. It's interest. It's emotional pull. A man doesn't give this kind of presence to everyone. He gives it to the woman who matters to him, even if he hasn't admitted it yet. 10. He compliments you in a genuine, soft way. When a man likes you more than is ready to admit, his compliments become different from everyone else's. They are not loud, flashy, or overly dramatic. They don't feel rehearsed or flirtatious. Instead, they come out softly, like truths he can't hold back. His compliments aren't about impressing you. They are about appreciating you. He notices things others overlook. The way you talk when you're excited, the small changes in your style, the effort you put into something, the warmth in your personality. And when he compliments you, it feels genuine because it is genuine. He says things like, "That color suits you. You really explain things beautifully. You have a calming voice. You're thoughtful. Not everyone is." These aren't surface-level compliments. They are detailed, specific, meaningful. Psychology calls this authentic validation, the kind of praise that comes from truly seeing someone, not just looking at them. His compliments reveal what he admires, respects, and finds beautiful about you, inside and out. Another sign is careful with his tone. His voice becomes softer when he compliments you, almost as if he's afraid he said too much. There's a gentle hesitation, a sweetness, a sincerity that doesn't show up when he talks to others. He also compliments things that aren't physical: your intelligence, your kindness, your humor, your creativity. That's because his attraction isn't shallow, it's emotional. He's drawn to who you are, not just how you look. And even if he tries to downplay it, even if he acts casual, even if he quickly changes the topic, you'll feel the difference. His compliments don't try to win you. They appreciate you. They reveal what he sees in you and what he's trying, quietly, to express. A man who doesn't care offers generic praise. A man who likes you speaks from the heart, even if he whispers it. 11. He shows subtle protective behavior. When a man likes you more than he's ready to admit, his protective instincts begin to surface, not in dramatic or controlling ways, but in small, gentle moments that reveal how much he truly cares. He becomes more aware of your comfort, your safety, your feelings, and the environment around you. Even if he never says it out loud, his actions quietly show, "You matter to me." Subtle protection looks different from stereotypes. It's softer. It's more emotional. It's rooted in genuine concern. You might notice, he walks on the side of the road closest to traffic. He checks to make sure you got home safely. He slows down his pace so you don't walk alone. He stands slightly closer when someone makes you uncomfortable. He defends you when someone speaks harshly. He notices when you're cold or tired and adjusts himself to your needs. He becomes more alert when you seem anxious or uneasy. He may act casual, like it's no big deal, but the intention behind these behaviors is real. Psychology calls this protective affection, a natural response that activates when a man feels emotionally connected to someone. It doesn't come from obligation. It comes from desire. Desire to keep you safe. Desire to support you. Desire to make sure you're okay. Another sign, he pays attention to your emotional discomfort just as much as your physical safety. If someone speaks to you rudely, if you're stressed, or if you feel overwhelmed, he steps in, not aggressively, but with a quiet strength that says he's paying attention. His protection is never possessive, never forceful, never controlling. It's gentle, instinctive, unspoken. He doesn't say, "I like you, so I'm protecting you." His actions say it for him. "Your well-being matters to me. I can't help but look out for you." A man who doesn't care stays indifferent. A man who cares becomes attentive. A man who likes you, he becomes quietly protective, even if he can't admit why. 12. He tries to impress you without showing off. When a man likes you more than is ready to admit, he begins to put extra effort into how he presents himself. Not loudly, not arrogantly, and not in a way that screams, "Look at me." Instead, he tries to impress you quietly, in ways that feel natural, subtle, and thoughtful. He wants you to notice his strengths, but he doesn't want to look like he's trying too hard. This balance reveals genuine attraction. Psychology calls this low-key signaling. When someone highlights their best qualities in a soft, humble way to gain the attention of the person they like, you might notice he suddenly becomes more responsible or reliable around you. He shares small achievements casually, hoping you'll be proud of him. He puts effort into looking good when he knows he'll see you. He speaks more thoughtfully, choosing his words with care. He works harder in group settings when you're present. He brings up topics he knows you'll appreciate or respect. He tries to show emotional maturity, kindness, or intelligence without bragging. He's not trying to show off like someone desperate for validation. He's trying to reveal who he really is, the best version of himself, in a way that feels authentic. Around you, he becomes more aware of his behavior. He stands a little straighter. He speaks a little clearer. He listens more deeply. He treats people with more patience and respect, all because he wants you to see his character, not his ego. He might mention something he achieved, but downplays it. He might dress nicer, but pretend it's just another day. He might fix something, help someone, or take initiative, hoping you'll notice the way he handles things. He wants to impress you, but he also wants to stay calm, humble, and real. That quiet effort is the true sign. Because a man who doesn't care doesn't try. A man who likes you tries, softly, intentionally, and sincerely. 13. He listens closely to everything you say. When a man likes you more than is willing to admit, one of the most revealing signs is the way he listens. Not casually, not half-heartedly, but with a quiet depth that makes you feel truly heard. His attention becomes intentional, warm, and focused, because your words matter to him in a way other people's don't. Most people listen only to respond, but he listens to understand you. Psychology calls this active emotional listening, a behavior people naturally show when they feel deeply connected or attracted to someone. He doesn't just hear your sentences, he absorbs your feelings, your tone, your meaning. You'll notice he remembers things you said once and never repeated. He brings up details from conversations you've forgotten. He notices changes in your voice or energy immediately. He asks thoughtful follow-up questions. He pauses when you speak, giving you space to finish. He never rushes you or makes you feel dismissed. Even in a group, he listens to you differently. His body turns slightly in your direction. His eyes soften when you speak. He reacts more strongly to your stories, your jokes, your opinions. It's subtle, but unmistakable. He also listens to your emotions, not just your words. If you mention you're stressed, he remembers. If you tell him something makes you happy, he notices. If you express fear or insecurity, he responds with patience and care. Listening becomes his way of staying connected to you without being obvious. It's how he builds emotional closeness quietly, without crossing boundaries or exposing his feelings too boldly. A man who doesn't care hears noise. A man who cares hears meaning. But a man who likes you, he listens like your voice matters, because to him, it truly does. 14. He gets quietly jealous in small ways. When a man likes you more than he's willing to admit, jealousy appears, not in loud, dramatic, or possessive ways, but in soft, controlled moments he tries hard to hide. It's the kind of jealousy that slips through his reactions, his silence, or the slight shift in his expression when someone else gets your attention. He doesn't want to show it, but he can't help feeling it. This jealousy is subtle, almost tender. Not toxic, emotional. Psychology calls this protective jealousy, a natural response where someone fears losing emotional connection to a person they deeply care for. And because he isn't ready to confess his feelings, he tries even harder to suppress these reactions. You might notice he becomes quieter when you talk about another man. His smile fades just a little, almost invisible. But there, he changes the subject gently, trying not to make it obvious. He reacts differently when someone else compliments you. He becomes more attentive, as if to reclaim space without saying it. He suddenly wants to be around you more when another man shows interest. He listens more closely to conversations involving your male friends. He will never admit this jealousy, never act on it, never use it to control you. Instead, it shows in micro-expressions. A longer blink, a deeper breath, a sudden fidget, a soft shift in posture. He acts normal, but his emotions betray him. The sweetest part, he's jealous because he values you, not because he wants to own you. He's afraid another man might see what he sees, your kindness, your intelligence, your warmth, and take the chance he hasn't yet found the courage to take. Jealousy, in this soft form, is simply his heart whispering, I'm not ready to lose you to someone else. Even if he hasn't figured out how to say, I want you, his reactions say it quietly every time another man steps into the picture. 15. He mentions future plans that include you. When a man likes you more than he's ready to admit, the future becomes something he quietly begins to imagine. Not just his future, but one where you exist in it too. He may not say, I want us together, but his words reveal it in subtle ways. He starts weaving you into tomorrow, next week, next month, without fully realizing he's doing it.